Thank you, Mr. Gray. Kia ora koutou. Everyone's journey into Sacred Heart is different. Whether you're a little boy from Waiuku, later known for bench pressing the most in the school, a young year 9 joining the hostel, even though you live in St Heliers, it's really horrible. Even a little blonde football player from Whitford, who became, in the wise words of a man named Jackson Rainsford, a baby All Black. We all have our own unique pathway into the college, and we are so blessed to have the opportunity to be educated here. What a lot of people don't know is that I wasn't accepted into Sacred Heart. I vividly remember looking at the priority list for acceptance into Sacred as an 11-year-old kid, and at the very bottom was non-Catholic schools close to Sacred Heart. The thing was, I went to Bombay Primary School, which is considered by some to be Northern Waikato. So from the get-go, the odds were stacked against me. I applied for St. Peter's and Sacred Heart, only to get into St. Peter's. And during my first week, somebody pulled out of 7BE with Mr. Eddington, and Dad received a call where he was informed there was a spot at Sacred available for me. My parents placed the decision in my hands: stay at St. Peter's or move to Sacred Heart. And I remember my decision to come here was purely based upon the fact Sacred's fields are way better. Little did I know there is so much that separates Sacred Heart from any other school. And it starts with the brotherhood. The brotherhood being the lifelong friendships we are so blessed to have made at the school. A level of camaraderie so unique, so strong, something that other schools claim, but is embedded within the culture of this college. A lot of schools place emphasis on academics or sports. But what separates us is the well-rounded education we receive. As a school, we excel on the field or in the pool, in the classroom and in the arts. But at the very forefront of all we do is our Catholic faith that falls above everything. At the beginning of the year, I challenged every Year 13 to grab a hoi and in doing so lead the school. And it's fair to say that challenge was accepted and overcome. The leadership of our Year 13s has been excellent, and the school is so very thankful for this. Whether it was Max Onley firing up the pit, Ben Gardner playing such a crucial role in Mental Health Week, or Tomasi Malepo leading the Tonga group. Leadership in 2019 can be seen across our whole year group, and it was really cool to see that a badge wasn't needed for people to step up. Whether you were a prefect or not, so many of you stood up and led. And I'm so blessed to be in a year group filled with so many great young men who should be seen as role models for the younger boys. To the prefect team, a huge congratulations and thank you for the way in which you took on the youth portfolio system with both hands. The work you men put in was immense and went a long way in contributing to the successes of 2019. On behalf of the boys, I'd like to acknowledge Mr. Dooley for the way in which he has led our school this year. Mr. Dale undoubtedly left big shoes to fill, but I think you've done an amazing job at upholding the Catholic, Marist, and Champagne values, while managing to be true to yourself. And leading in your own way. Could we please give another round of applause for the leadership shown by Mr. Dooley, the prefects, and Year 13 as a whole in 2019. It's honestly mind-boggling how quickly the 7 years at this school have gone. It feels like yesterday when I was sitting in 7 PE next to Tama and Josh with my shorts past my knees and my socks near my hips. I remember listening to head boy Matt Foote warn us about how quickly the years would go. I remember sitting there rolling my eyes. But honestly, what Matt said in 2013 couldn't be more true. After a blink of an eye, we're sitting here today, our last day ever at Sacred Heart. I've had so many good memories at this place, and there are so many things I'm going to miss. From the lunchtime games of footy that for some reason turned into touch as soon as Brother Jared was looking. The mana I felt when doing our school haka, seeing the packed chapel on a Thursday lunchtime, the games of handball on a frosty winter's morning, even getting amongst the pit on a Saturday afternoon, leaving without a voice. But what I'm going to miss the most is the boys, the camaraderie, the brotherhood. I've created so many great friendships here. I've found friends that have been there for me through thick and thin. Friends I can call my brothers. Brother John talked to the Year 13 boarders about showing gratitude towards all those who have helped us on our journey through the college. And firstly, I'd like to thank the staff. We are so fortunate to have staff that do so much for us. And I think this starts with the Maris brothers. We are so blessed to have Maris brothers in our lives. Nearly every young man in this room has been taught, coached, or looked after by a brother. It seems normal to us, but it really isn't. I remember having a conversation with a student from Catholic Cathedral College in Christchurch, and I was shocked to find out there is only 2 Maris brothers in the South Island, and we have 15 at our school alone. I'd like to thank the Maris brothers for all they have done and they continue to do. We are forever thankful and so blessed to have them in our lives. At Sacred Heart, we have teachers that go out of our way to support us. Teachers that give so much of their time and effort. Personally, there are so many teachers I need to thank, too many to fit in this speech. One person I need to thank is Mr. Christie. Matua, words can't describe how grateful I am for you. You've always stood by my side, always there to put me in line when I'm wrong, but also there to congratulate me when I've accomplished something. You're one of the most hardworking and loyal people I've ever met. You've helped me grow as a person, showing me how to embrace being Māori, and I can honestly say you've been a father figure for me and so many other boys in the college. Ka nui ngā mihi kia koe matua, e kore e taia te whakapau i ngā mihi. Finally, I'd like to thank my parents, Mark and Maria, for all you've done for me. Thanks for getting me to the bus stop at 7 o'clock for all those years, for being by my side when that's exactly what I needed, for always making sure I had clean clothes and food in my bag, for supporting me in everything I do, and teaching me what it means to both work hard and have fun. Boys, our parents do so much for us. Make sure if not tonight, over the next few days, you thank them for allowing you to come to the school and create all the memories you have. Our time at this college has come to an end, but this is not time to say goodbye. We are all entering the next chapter together, not as students, but as old boys. We are now forever affiliated with this place, and the school will always welcome us back with open arms. Believe it or not, it's our turn to stand on the sidelines with our Leavers jersey, possibly a dirty mo, and most likely a haircut worthy of a danger and grilling. But what makes this school special is that we never actually leave sacred. It'll be a part of us forever. He mihi mutunga kore kia koutou katoa, e te whānau o te nako tapu. Konfataris te vea, tēnā koutou katoa.